And I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to work with Derek and share this with you the other day. It is like a bonsai with flowers that we can grow. It's a great example of what Roberta's. Roberta's is a fourth-generation family company that travels the world to find us these exotic things that you can grow at home. That's the beauty of it. This will ship to you the week of May 15th. And it comes in the red and white, or all red, or all pink. And Derek, $6. $6 will get this, reserved for you.
Yeah.
And then you will get it home, and look what you'll be able to do.
Well,
I was just going to introduce you a little bit better.
Okay,
Do you want your
please.
drum roll?
Yes.
Fourth generation. You guys, this has been your entire life. Your family travels the world to find us these exotic plants, but you make sure with the Roberta's Gotta Grow guarantee that we will have success.
That's right. We love what we do. We want you to love growing with us too. This is my all-time favorite.
Is it?
Okay, now these are extremely rare. And normally we think if something's rare, it's going to be hard to grow, and that is completely opposite case.
Okay.
This is unique. Okay, let's start at the bottom here. What we're looking at is a houseplant, which holds all of its water inside its own bulbous trunk. All right, this looks ancient. It looks like something from the desert. Well, that's exactly where it's from. And men love this because it looks like it's from their favorite science fiction movie. And then as we come up here, we notice that this has the exact same form of a tree as we would see outside. It's got a trunk, it's got branches, but oh, look at these beautiful jade green leaves and these huge flowers. Now these flowers, these desert rose bloom for half of the year inside your house.
6 months.
6 months,
wow.
Every single year inside the house on a plant that holds its own water. And what that means is that you're only going to water this once to twice a week. So it's the utmost minimal effort with the greatest reward.
Yeah,
and that's how I garden. And that's what I love.
That's what I love about you guys. Your brother always says that as well. You aren't getting us things that require a lot of maintenance. Now, can you take me through the colors and help me? Because is the pink the newest color this
Pink is the newest. I'd actually prefer to do it over the images because we have really great shots of these real close up. And we can talk about these. So this is, without any color, this is what your tree is going to look like year round.
So it never loses its leaves?
Only sometimes if it gets very cold. I mean, it's still in the house, of course, but if you have a very drafty house, but a normal temperature house, I never lose my leaves.
Okay.
Now, these are natural bonsai. They're going to look like a tiny tree all on their own. Here is the red and white, one of my favorites because there's so much to look at. It's got those paintbrushes in the inside of each petal. Now these are unique. They come from the deserts of Africa. They only need to be watered once or twice a month. They bloom for 6 months of the year, but it gets even better because these live about 100 years.
Whoa.
So this is something that you're truly going to be handing down for generations.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
100 years. Talk about getting your money's worth, right?
I know. And so here again is the red and white, so much to look at. Even like that throat is yellow. And so now here's the thing, each one of these is unique like a thumbprint. So even if you pick up more than one, they're not going to look the same. Here's what they are in the wild.
That's what they look like in the wild. Wow.
No, that's about 18 feet tall. Now outdoors, they'll get big. But in the house, they stay small according to the size of a container that you put them in. Now that's the brand new color. That's the pink. Now that's in a very warm climate, somewhere in Southern California, and you can see that they put that directly in the ground. So if you live where it doesn't get below, 55 degrees, you could put this outside. But for most of us, we're going to have it outside in the summer and indoors in the winter, or just indoors all year round. Here's the pink again, super bright. Remember, these are going to bloom for 6 months every year. So this is something that, unlike most houseplants, you get just a couple blooms or cut flowers, which only last a week.
Right.
You're going to be looking at this and loving it all year round.
And it lasts up to 100 years. All right, so help me. When I get this home, what does it look like? What does it need from me? What kind of containers?
Definitely. So what we're holding, Pat, is what you get. Now these are already 1 year old. We grew them from a seed. We've done all the hard work for you. You're gonna get them home and they're gonna be ready to grow. One plant, one color, it is a choice of, you're picking one of each, or make it easy and get all three. These are not something you're gonna find at a regular store. I look everywhere for these. You don't find them even at the high-end stores. They're just that difficult to get a hold of. Now when you get this home, I like to put it in a container about the size of what you see here in front of us. And what's great about it is these are not going to outgrow the container that they are in. They like small spaces. We've had the one here in the middle in this container for about a decade. Can you believe that?
Wow.
And it doesn't outgrow the pot, and it doesn't outgrow in size. It stays to the size of the pot you put it in. And that's what's really great, because you're going to have this for a real long time. So when you have a container, use just regular potting mix or even cactus potting mix with a little bit of faster drainage, and then you're going to water it in, and then you're only going to water this when you see that the soil is bone dry. They don't want to be babied.
Mogging.
They really want to be let go of and just let nature do the rest. You can fertilize if you like.
That's what I was going to ask you.
They don't necessarily need that, but it's always good for everything. You will get a bloom boost. Now we can expect the flowers in June. And they're going to carry all the way through Christmas.
Wow. And will that do that the first year I get it home?
The very first year.
Oh, wow. So go ahead and get yourself a project. Things like this. I had this conversation with Mike, my line producer today, who has a beautiful young child. And we were talking about the wonders of having your kids and your grandkids and your nieces and nephews, even the neighbor kids, grow up with these wonders of nature. I mean, that looks like something you'd find in, a botanical garden. And imagine you could have that in your own house.
Yes, actually, my daughter, she's 12. 2 years ago, I gave her one of these. She named it Billy, and it's still in her room, and it's growing great.
Very cool.
She doesn't remember to water it that often, so it's usually me going in there. But it's fine because
it's a good plan for her.
It's a good plan for kids.
Good plan for her. Talk me through the color choices again.
Yes, so we have this red and white. This is my favorite. It's got that blush and that beautiful yellow throat. All of the desert rose that we have here have the same bloom time. What you're really picking is the color that you like. So this is out in the wild. They do get big in nature, but in your house they're going to stay small. We also have the pink, and the pink is brand new today. It is a bright, cheerful pink. I really recommend, if this is something, if you love beauty in the house, if you want to bring fresh oxygen and a spark of life, pick up one or two or all three. Bookend, give one as a gift. This is a unique, easy thing to grow and a great gift.
This will ship out May 15th.
Yep.
So use that. It'll ship the week of May 15th. So think about that. It's M81988. I'll also warn you this. When you see these things, reserve them now, because when they're gone for the season.
That is right.
All right. All right. So I had a little fun yesterday because our friends from Roberta's are coming.